Okay, welcome back to the final segment for the Sports Circus Friday edition here in Las Vegas. The Saturday edition can be found on NBC Sports 920 The Game, Las Vegas, or stream it live at thesportcircus.com. Also follow us on Twitter at The Sports Circus. We have special guests with us today, and we'll get to her in just a second here. Again, I wanted to say that this segment was brought to you by Rising Above Search Engine Optimization, providing the best SEO, web design, and social media management on the internet today. Call them at 855-747-4641 or visit them at risingaboveseo.com. All right, so we have our special guest still with us and our WNBA champion correspondent, and we have a wonderful view behind me, I believe, which is your championship ring. Is that not right?
That is gorgeous, yes. That's so nice. I love it.
I should just get out of the way. So here's your picture. I'm going to do that. I'm going to get out of the way. So there's your picture on the screen with there. Let me do this. This will be fun. You can go ahead and talk to everybody. That's fine.
Okay, guys. Yes, so 2004 WNBA championship ring. We beat Connecticut Sun in 2 games out of 3. And it came down literally to the wire. And if I may gloat just a little bit, it was my 3-pointer in Game 3 that sent us on a run, a momentum changer that propelled us forward to actually beat them in that game. So, I mean, the loudest game that I've ever been in. The gym was just amazing, the energy amazing. But we selected this ring. We had an opportunity to pick, and we wanted something that was, not too bulky. The NFL rings are usually big old, just chunky rings.
I know, right?
That was really, sexy, nice, but so yeah.
Well, you got pretty girl, pretty ring. Right? That's what you want.
It's nice, yeah. And then of course it has the Seattle colors in there representing.
Right,
green.
got it. The Emerald City, right?
Yeah. So.
Very exciting stuff. I just want you to take a nice look at that on the screen with you on it, and I think that's pretty exciting.
It is.
I mean, you see it on your hand, but now you see yourself with the screen. How cool is that?
Oh, it's awesome. It's awesome. I'm taking it all in. Again, it's like I'm reliving the moment right now.
Right. Well, that's okay. We'll leave it there for a moment. You just go ahead and stay right where you're at. I'm staying right over. I'm taking my notes over here now.
Yes.
That's fine. People don't need to see my giant head. I mean, hell, I've been on this screen for the last 6 months anyway. Let them see somebody different. I'm a human caricature. So the only thing big.
Have you and tell me what you think. What are your thoughts in comparison to? I'm sure you've seen some championship rings, but the comparison of that WNBA ring to some of those that you've seen.
It's tasteful. It's not obnoxious. It's elegant. It's not one of those. It's like a giant bug. Think about this when ladies have wedding rings on or big engagement rings, they have a lot of times their guy will go get this enormous ring that just doesn't make a lot of sense. And you're like, it's bigger than her hand. But this ring is tasteful. I like it.
Yeah, thank you.
And I like the rectangular set in it instead of having a round set.
The traditional, right. We wanted to go with something different. And then, of course, we got to get, things personalized. We get our whatever we wanted on there. So I got my basketball number, which was really cool, number 43, which I'm sure you're familiar with this wonderful player whom I picked the number 43 after by the name of Raul Mondesi.
Yes, of course, Raul. And you say it properly. Bravo, muy bien.
He was one of my favorite baseball players. I grew up on the Braves, and since I was a pitcher, I usually followed all the pitchers. Dale Murphy, Dwight Gooden was another one of my favorites.
Doc Gooden, coming to the league at 18 years of age.
Gosh, Doc Gooden, he was just such an awesome pitcher. And Greg Maddux, all the Brave pitchers.
Yeah. Great players, and look. I think that's interesting that you picked the number after Raul. He was a fun player to watch, and what I liked is he was a free swinger.
Mm-hmm.
Guys like me on the mound, I would look at a guy like Mondesi and I would scratch my head and say, I don't know where I'm going to be throwing this guy because he's not maybe a dead low ball hitter. This is a guy that is a free swinger, and who the heck knows what's going to happen at the plate.
Exactly.
And he was fast.
Mm-hmm. And he had a cannon for an arm. I mean, he could just just throw you all the way out at the fence. Seemed like it just barreled that ball in there. He was just I loved watching him play.
Yeah, he wouldn't one hop it either. No, this guy would throw a frozen rope in from 360 feet away.
Oh yeah, straight there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great stuff. Well, so listen. I mean, we could talk about the baseball. Look, I'm going to bring you back for the baseball, of course, because you're a regular correspondent for the show, and of course you're going to be on tomorrow morning at 8:05 Pacific time, talking a little bit more about the NCAA women's and maybe a little something different. You're going to participate in our mayhem because it certainly is the circus. It certainly is. You got a taste of it last week. That was kind of fun, wasn't it?
Yes. Looking forward to it.
Okay, so the WNBA, you think it's going to, or the women's, the NCAA, you think it's going to be Connecticut. Not a lot of mystery there. Let's go to the bubble teams. Let's cover that in 30 seconds real quick on the men's side. Who do you think is going to get in and who is not? Let's go, just give a quick yes or no. American Athletic Conference, Houston.
I say Houston will win that.
Atlantic 10, Rhode Island.
Rhode Island, okay. Yeah, I'll say Rhode Island usually does okay.
All right.
From what I can remember.
ACC, Wake Forest and Syracuse, 2 bubble teams.
Oh man, I'm gonna go with Syracuse on this one.
All right.
I'll say Syracuse is gonna make it in.
All right. Big 12, Kansas State and TCU.
I'm going to go with TCU making it in.
All right, Big East, Xavier, Seton Hall, Marquette, and Providence.
Let's go with Marquette.
Big 10, will Illinois get in despite their loss to Michigan, who Michigan, their plane blew off the runway, and Michigan still comes in and wins by 20 wearing practice jerseys. How do you like that?
Yeah, well, you can never give up on the Illini, so let's go with them.
Okay, Pac-12, USC and Cal.
Ooh. Cal, let's say Cal.
SEC, will Vanderbilt get in with their strength of schedule being number 1?
I think so. They have to.
Will any at-large contenders, Illinois State, UT Arlington, or Middle Tennessee, get in?
I'd say it would be very difficult.
Okay.
I don't think so. It would be. I mean, they would have to play perfect games in order for that to happen.
All right, I'm back because when our last 2 minutes here, I wanted you to enjoy seeing the ring on the screen. Great stuff.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Hey, listen, that's all fine. All right, so real quick, let's go to the bracket that you went and pulled up. We've got basically a minute and a half to talk about this. Is Kansas a number 1?
You got to always go for Kansas. They've always been a good team. I'm going to say, they can always get upset, but I'm going to go with Kansas because they always perform during tournament time. Right. Always.
We know Villanova's the number 1. I think everybody would agree to that. I think everybody would agree that Carolina is the number 1 also, right? Now the question is, in 10 seconds, is Gonzaga a number 1 in your eyes?
Gonzaga? I don't know much about Gonzaga this year. Not sure.
It's the same old Gonzaga. They don't play anybody. And it's just, because they're in that conference. It's not by their doing. Of course, they've had some good wins early on, but Gonzaga, when facing the Fire at home against BYU, they were beat badly. It wasn't just an 8-point victory, 79-71. It was a bad loss. They looked terrible at the line. They looked terrible on defense. They gave up 79 to a team that doesn't score but 50. So, I don't know. Who wins it out of everybody? I'm going with Duke, just because I can.
Well, Duke's always, they're always good.
And watch out for Butler and watch out for Purdue.
Yes, Butler, Purdue. The Indiana teams, it's a basketball state. Those teams are always going to do well. They're very fundamental. They just know the game of basketball.
Right.
Maybe not the quickest, tallest, biggest players, but that's not always what it takes either.
Right. Well, Alicia, we're going to pick this up tomorrow on the Saturday edition of the Sports Circus, found on NBC Sports 920 The Game here in Las Vegas, or you can stream it live at thesportscircus.com. So until tomorrow, make sure you tune in, follow us at the Sports Circus, and we will see you tomorrow. Join the circus. Have a great day.